Hello everyone, and welcome to SUNY Canton. Those of you who are visiting us, our town supervisor, Marianne, nice to see you here. I'm trying to see who else. We've got a colleague here from Clarkson, right, and from various economic development boards, and from our Small Business Development Center, and a lot of people, of course, from SUNY Canton. So, Senator, we are so pleased to welcome Senator Gillibrand to SUNY Canton to promote local manufacturing and small business development in communities like ours. SUNY Canton plays an important role in economic development in St. Lawrence County. We host 2 small business development centers serving the entire North Country. We have partnered with economic developers and businesses all across the county to establish a center for entrepreneurial leadership, bringing owners of established businesses together to overcome challenges, inspire innovation, and propel their companies for strategic growth. We're working to establish 2 entrepreneurship centers, one on our campus and one in the heart of Canton, to promote innovation, invention, and business development. Our college offers a broad range of degrees, as well as certificates, micro-credentials, and workforce development programs that lead directly to jobs. Colleges like SUNY Canton play an integral role, not just in preparing our students to be tomorrow's workforce, but also bringing the necessary partners in our communities together. In rural regions like us, it's when we all live together that we succeed. Working closely together with Clarkson Shipley Center and our colleagues at St. Lawrence University and SUNY Potsdam, our goal is to help create a regional entrepreneurial ecosystem that will support both sustainability and economic development. Your bill, Senator Gillibrand, will help us convert this dream into reality. Senator, we're so pleased that you've chosen our campus to promote this important initiative. I remember the first time I met you, back in 2015, when you co-sponsored the Campus Accountability and Safety Act with a goal of reducing sexual violence on campuses. I know you're still fighting to get this act passed. You've also fought for paid family leave, Medicare for all, women's rights, and government transparency. You've certainly continued to raise your voice and change the world. So without further ado, I'm proud to introduce our Senator, Kirsten Gillibrand.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Doctor, for your leadership. It's an honor to be here, to get to tour the campus, to meet some of the students. I also want to recognize my colleague, Ben Dixon, our Executive Director for the St. Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce. I also wanted to recognize Leonore Vanderzee, Executive Director of SUNY Canton University Relations, for your leadership and the wonderful tour. And I really want to give a shout out to the students because they were very impressive. These are young men who really have a vision for their future in manufacturing, in advanced manufacturing. They have a lot of ideas about how they want to use the skills they've built here and how they want to apply them. So it's exciting to see them. Over the last weeks and months, we've heard a lot about the disruption that we've seen in our supply chain, as manufacturing and shipping operations around the world have slowed and all the products and supplies have begun to build up in ports. Even before COVID, our economy was shifting towards ordering more products to our homes. And then when COVID hit, that trend accelerated, whether it was desks and computers because you had to work remotely or kids had to be educated from home, or home gym equipment, or that new sofa, household supplies. Our purchasing patterns simply changed. We need to take action in order to keep pace with that growing demand and ensure that we aren't beholden to an international supply chain. I believe the best way to build up our economy is to build it here in America. That's why I'm introducing the Made in America Manufacturing Communities Act of 2022, which will help us create good family-supporting manufacturing jobs that stabilize our national supply chain and our local economies. This bill would call for the Secretary of Commerce to establish a manufacturing community support program, which would strengthen the manufacturing base of the United States by making long-term investments in manufacturing communities. Those investments would come in the form of support for public-private partnerships between academic and workforce training programs, not-for-profit organizations, state and local governments, and commercial industry, like the consortium here at STL-CEL between the University at Buffalo School of Management Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership, SUNY Canton, the St. Lawrence County IDA, New York Power Authority, and the member organizations of the STLC Small Business Working Group. By allowing local groups like these to come together in consortiums and develop their own plans, they can design a program that fits the unique needs, skills, and capabilities of their own communities. These groups can also use these federal resources to expand programs that they are already running. The Department of Commerce program would help these groups cut through red tape, and it will offer financial and technical support, and they will also give them resources and information that they need to stand up these programs and rebuild our domestic manufacturing capabilities. We know this approach works. The bill is modeled after the successful Defense Manufacturing Community Support Program, which I established through the National Defense Authorization Act several years ago. Thanks to that program, we have made critical investments in developing defense manufacturing communities across the country that are now gaining the skills, facilities, and research capabilities necessary to support and innovate our national security operations. I want to see this approach used to support the manufacturing done here in St. Lawrence County in every industry. We already make great products in America. We need to support the companies and the people who make them. When we do that, we can ensure that the next generation of technology and products are made here and made well. There is no better resource in America than the American worker. I know that we have the innovative spirit, the entrepreneurial drive, and the dedication we need to build a future right here in New York. This bill already has bipartisan support, and so I will keep fighting until we pass it, because supporting local manufacturing and local jobs is one of my top priorities. Now I'd like to introduce Ben Dixon, our Executive Director of the St. Lawrence Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. And thank you, Senator, for coming to share information about the legislation with us, because I think it's going to be of really great value to St. Lawrence County. Most people don't realize the number or diversity of manufacturing businesses that we have here in St. Lawrence County. I mean, everyone knows about our multinational aluminum processors in Messina, but they maybe don't realize how many mid-sized to small manufacturing firms we have across a wide array of production. Advanced materials processing, biofuels, mining operations, paper companies, food product producers. I could go on and on, but I think you get the point. Manufacturing at all scales is really one of the most important sectors of our county's economy. And you know, it's no surprise we have some great assets here for manufacturers. I mean, we're on the Canadian border, we have the seaway, natural resources, just low-cost hydropower. There are so many great things and assets that we can bring to the table here at St. Lawrence County for manufacturers. But there's a couple that fly under the radar. One is our unparalleled quality of life. And because we have that, it's a great place for business owners and employees to live, work, and play. So that's a great reason to be here as a manufacturer, no matter what size you are, small or large or mid-size. But there's another thing that I think makes St. Lawrence County really special and that makes this legislation very applicable to us. And that is the support infrastructure and the partnerships that we have built here in St. Lawrence County. I haven't seen it anywhere like we have. Every single day, we have so many entities in economic development and workforce development who are working together hand in glove. Every day, we're on the phone together, in meetings together, advancing programs. New York Power Authority, the universities, Small Business Development Center, the Industrial Development Agency, SciTech, the Small Business Development Center, everybody. We're all working together all day, every day, right?
You got it.
So I can laugh about that with my colleagues here because they know it's true. Each have their own services that they bring to the table, but we're working so closely that we've truly formed an ecosystem of support here. So an example of that is the St. Lawrence County Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership that both Dr. Zafran and Senator Gillibrand spoke to. The program hosted right here at SUNY Canton was developed by that coalition I just described. And not only does it provide business leaders with the skills development they need, but with a peer and mentor-based platform to come together and share their business challenges and issues collectively to find creative opportunities to strengthen and grow their businesses. We have several manufacturers in that program. Yesteryear Vintage Doors, Riverside Ironworks, Birch Bark Boys. We've got a lot of manufacturers in there, and that program is helping them become stronger and grow their businesses. We can do more, and we want to do more, but growing that support ecosystem requires resources. So resources are the constraining factor to that growth, and so we're really excited to hear about this bipartisan, bicameral legislation that's been introduced by the Senator. And we thank her for coming here to share information about it, and we're really looking forward to hearing good news about its passage and its implementation so that we can take advantage of it here in St. Lawrence County. So thank you, Senator.
Thank you.